Christian values help society flourish. For example, when you talk about integrity or trustworthiness. You know, trust is the currency of business. We think money is the currency, but actually trust is the currency. When I cannot trust you, I cannot do business with you. So trustworthiness is very important. When I trust people, I don't need contracts. When I trust people, business becomes more easy, business becomes more fast, you can work more pragmatic. And it helps also that people know to count on you and that you fulfill what you promise. So I think trustworthiness is very important. I think another thing important for business is that we start to understand that business is not about making money, but about serving society. The actually business model always started with a client who had a need or a demand or want something. I'm a smart entrepreneur, I think I can help him. And by serving him and by helping him, I make some money. And the money is more or less the result. It was not the goal. The goal was to serve the customer, to help him, because I love my fellow human beings. I love the customer, so love comes in. And the result is that I make money. But what happens over time, that becoming rich, making money, feels very comfortable. And I start to change my paradigm about business. It's not about serving the customer anymore, but it's about making money. But when the customer is not the goal of business anymore, but making money is the goal of business, where does that leave the customer? The customer only becomes an ATM machine, a machine where you take money from. So the customer is not important, and when the customer is not important anymore, then my service to the customer is not important anymore too. Only when the customer buys it, I will be satisfied. If the quality is poor, if the quality is not right, if the customer needs it, it's all not important. The only important thing is that he buys and that I receive money from it. And then you see that you come in a model of society and in a model of thinking that becomes a curse for society. Because then everyone try to cheat on each other, they try to bring the quality down or have the cheapest price and try to manipulate the customer that he starts buying. And so it's not about serving society anymore, it's only about making money. And nowadays you see some companies who operate in that way. For example, in pharmaceutical industry. They try to make a monopoly, so they buy all their competitors, and then they raise the price of medicine by maybe 1,000%. So imagine that a medicine, normally you pay $12.50 for a medicine, and now you pay €350 because only they have a monopoly. So it's not about serving society with your medicine or healing people with your medicine, it's only about making money. And it's not a blessing for society. So when this starts to motivate people, and people are driven by making money, you're slowly killing society and killing well-being. So what should be the change? What should be a different model about making money? I think a different model, what we today call is a purpose economy and economics of mutuality. Purpose economy makes that is not making money is the core of your business, but a purpose, a meaning is the core of your business. For example, in the Netherlands we have a company who produce chocolate bars, and their business is that they would like to have 100% slave-free chocolate bar. You know, they produce cacao in Africa, they use children to labor, they don't pay the children, and they said we want to have a chocolate bar who is 100% free of slavery. They started in, I think, 2005, and they are now market leader in the Netherlands. Only because by having this phrase and working out of a purpose into this business. And nowadays, big companies would like to use the same platform because they want also produce chocolate bars who are free of child labor and slavery. And big grocery chains start to use their platform. So by having a purpose and also by delivering a good product, that's the way they live. So the why question, why they do their business, becomes that important that it is becoming a business model. I also know a business person who is in concrete. You can imagine that concrete is just a commodity. You can hardly distinguish yourself in better concrete or worse concrete. You just produce concrete. But he is able to ask more money for this concrete than anyone else. And then ask him, why can you ask more money for just a commodity? He said, actually, I don't know, but people buy with me and I have good prices. And he said, I will ask my clients. So he started calling his most important clients and said, why do you buy concrete with me to a higher price than the competitors? And they said, oh, we know you. You are a perfectionist. You always want to do everything very perfect. So the quality is always okay. You deliver always on time. The invoice always is completely right. And that saves us so much money in the whole process that we are willing to pay more, because imagine that you are not in time and we have to stop building or constructing the house or the big building. That will take so much time because so many people are wasting their time doing nothing. That will be 100-fold of the higher price you have. And we believe in you because you are that person. You are a perfectionist. You want to do it. And this quality helps you. So he makes his personal DNA, his personal values to his earning model. And I think the challenge is now to not work from a business perspective, from a financial perspective, but from a meaning perspective. And that this meaning is contributing to financial capital, to human capital, to social capital, the community, and also to natural capital, society, the planet. And I think when you work from that model of meaning, contributing to financial capital, human capital, social capital, and natural capital, you have a more holistic approach in business. Imagine that you work for meaning and you start to contribute to financial capital. Then the question is not how much turnover you make or how much profit you make, but in this model is how much money of you go to taxes, how much money of you go to society, how much money of you goes to salaries, to staff, how much money is going to suppliers, how much money is going to research and development. And by making that visible, you show that your money contribute on several levels of human capital, social capital, and natural capital. If you start to invest in human capital and you start to value your people, to love your people, to train your people, to equip your people, to help them to develop and become the best person they can be, then it adds to your company in efficiency, it adds to your company in ownership and loyalty and creativity, and that makes that financial capital is growing, your human capital is growing, but that these people who are equipped and trained also contribute to society. And because they work more efficient and with less waste, they also contribute to natural capital because they need less resources, less clean air, and less water. So the challenge nowadays in companies is to find a meaning, to contribute to those four capitals, and that these four capitals in itself also, when you strengthen one by adding value to it, he also will strengthen the other forms of capital. And that's a completely different view on business and economy.
Alpha.